Now, we would like to get to know ourselves. For those on the high table, we already know them. Members are here. Please, if you are executive and delivery agency of Nigeria, please can you take the front seat? Please, if we are just few in number, please can you come to the front? Apart from those that are serving outside. I've seen Comitex, Baba. All right. Okay. Can we make welcome the wife of Pastor Sean, the former NIPOST director? You know, she's there. Can we celebrate him? Celebrate her? Pastor Anjorin, okay. I think I think the wife is here also. So we don't want to celebrate her. You're welcome. Thank you for supporting our big boss. They said beside a successful man there is what? A woman. Thank you for a good job. Thank you. Then the president of Federal Bike Logistics in Benin is also here. Please, can you come to the front? Thank you. Can we celebrate him? Those guys are doing so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being part of us. Now, because of time, we may not be able to welcome everybody individually. So we're going to be calling the national president of our board of trustees to speak to us in the person of Baba T. Can we celebrate him? He's the grandmaster of e-commerce in Nigeria. Thank you, sir.
All protocol of that. My name is Adegbola, popularly known in e-commerce circle as Baba T. In fact, I'm happy in saying that I remember the period that we started. E-commerce is the new oil, and delivery within e-commerce has been ongoing before I called few set of people that let us look at the legal angle of this business. Today, all over the country, e-commerce has a niche. Is the major employer of labor now. Most of the young guys that are doing delivery, many of them are not schooled in the business. And I remember when I called Akemi and few other ones like Okomiti. Based on my experience, I left FRSC 2002 as a senior finance executive. So my experience in logistics came into play. But in the field of e-commerce, I've been a mentor, I've been a mentor practitioner, so I understand the terrain. So I called few of them, see, the way we are doing things are not right. Let us be on the right side of the law. We scheduled a meeting, we went to NIPOST office. NIPOST, I want everyone that is doing delivery to understand that NIPOST is the major regulator of that business. And what actually prepared me was the lacuna being created by the major logistics company. The protocols are there, and the protocols are what is giving most merchants challenges. Remittance is normally within 7 days, and most of these merchants, the kind of business they do does not allow for delay of remittance. So I said, it's okay, guys, let's do this thing right. Let us go to the regulatory body. Let us see what we can do so that we can be co-opted into the system. That was what brought about the Delivery Association of Nigeria. And without much ado, I will just say I'm extremely happy. This is the formal launch, and we hope to get more members on board. Not just getting more members on board, but getting them to do the right thing. That is the essence of our being here today, so that we can get education on the areas where we are lacking. Thank you.
Coming to this space, we've learned so much from his wealth of experience, and that has actually guided us where we're supposed to make mistakes and make error. He has guided us so that we now begin to look at delivery business as a business indeed. So now I want to make welcome the representative of the Nigerian police to let us know some of the things we need to know concerning not getting problems with the police force. The legal angle that B.O.T talks about. We've had a lot of police issues. They will call us from here, from there, and we need to know what are we not doing right. Something happened some time ago, and how we can also avoid pitfall. They gave an item to one taxi driver to deliver in another state, not doing his due diligence. He got to that state, he was apprehended by the police, and when they checked the way bill, it was 3 human head. It was a national case, it was a national issue. I think it happened in Osun State, thereabouts. And then, when that happened, most of those taxi people, they got angry to even help us carry our goods to other states. Became a major challenge. How can we avoid such pitfall? I believe the representative of the Nigerian police is going to guide us on some of the things we need to do, to have a smooth sail. Thank you. I will make him welcome. Please, if you are not clapping well, you will be here.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be among this gathering. First of all, my name is Assistant Superintendent of Police, Emmanuel B.O.T. I'm the DTO in charge of the police station. Perhaps most of you know DTO. Maybe you're asking, what is DTO? DTO is the Divisional Traffic Officer in charge of the road. Yes, this very important meeting, I see it as very important because it gives room for us to know what we are not doing right and what we are doing right, so that we have a very peaceful delivery. This is the first of the kind. It's good that officers and men work together so that there will be peace. First of all, I want to talk about identification. When you're doing something, you need to be identified so that we know who you are, where you're coming from, and what kind of business you're doing. In this case of delivery, I wish to say that it's good for members to know their followers or their members, to know who is delivering and what is delivering. First of all, we have a common registration to know where the person is, so that if something happens, the person could be easily identified. Two, modus operandi, that is how you operate. Like the MC had just told us, story which most of us are aware of. Though that is just a tip of iceberg, we have a lot of them. Like the ones we can record in our place, they will be asked to deliver something, they will add whatever they want to add to themselves. So we want to know from the organization what and how you carry out your operation. Another one is driver's conduct. Most of the tell us like both of them who do bikers delivery. Some drive dangerously on the road. Some of them, most of the time, they have been knocked down by other big vehicles. Some will be driving without their helmet on them. When they fall, they get lots of problems. And some will be carrying the passenger as well as their delivery boxes, which is not good. So they say they carry their friends, not knowing that it's their partner in crime. You do see them, you come across them, you see they carry some of these hard drugs. Some of these hard drugs that are not meant to be delivered like that. Two, the police supervision on the road. You see, like most people don't know. When they across them, they say, what has that man done? It's the duty of the police to know what that man is carrying. And at times, people say deliver food. Food is something you eat in your stomach. And people like to add their own, whatever they want to add to that person's food. When they deliver the food, with the sense of saying, I'm going to deliver food, they will deliver some other thing. They don't know that that food can be contaminated. If you are delivering food, let's say, to somebody, make sure that food is well protected, nothing else. Let's say you want to deliver food, you add maybe drugs or whatever. So the organization will also look into that. Then owners awareness. Most owners of bike or whatever delivery system you are using, some of them are not aware of what their drivers are doing. They need to checkmate them. They need to talk to them. Because some of them say, go and give to Mr. B, go and give to Mr. C. Like we had a situation where a woman was in a hotel and made an order for a food to be delivered. The delivery agent came to the hotel and delivered to somebody else. The man now called, said, I'm still waiting for my food. He said, I've delivered to somebody, say he knows you. It was the problem. So they should be sure of what they're doing. The other one is penalty. I don't know if the organization have ways of penalizing those of their bikers or delivery agents that commit one offense or the other. Because in the case of the police, we know that since the state government is not allowing bike to be operating in the city, only allows the delivery agents to be truthful, to look into their activities. They must put on their helmets. They must make sure that they don't carry anybody except their delivery box. And they must make sure that what they are carrying is not something that is against the law. So with this view, we say that if the authority or the organization have come together, they'll be able to sit down with us also to tell us this is how we do and this is what we want to do. So that if the police comes across any of these people who misbehave, who go against the rules and regulations, if penalties are being done, nobody should complain about it. Because the organization, I know, will work with the police and work with the road safety to ensure that their activities are being carried out without complaint. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Can we celebrate the DTO? All right. And I'll be hearing DTO. Today I'm getting to know the full meaning. Now the importance of that office, can we celebrate him? To rise to that level in Nigerian police is not small feat. Some people don't get there till they retire. So there's this story about a pastor. So he was preparing his sermon notes. And in those days, it's not this generation where we have gadgets, they have iPad, laptops to actually put in, the notes. So he used broom to support the chapters and verses that will be preaching from tomorrow in the service, just like the Saturday like this. So he called his errand boy, Okon, to go clean the study room. So Okon, seeing plenty of brooms, not knowing what pastor had done, he removed everything, cleared the broom, swept, and pastor did not notice until it was on a Sunday morning like this, and he was about to preach in front of the audience. When you look at that, where are the brooms? Okon has cleaned everything. Then he exclaimed, Okon has cleaned you. So for me, my own brain supports he said, if it's missing, I've written it down. All right, that's on the lighter note. Now I want to welcome the representative of the Federal Road Safety of Nigeria to talk to us on some of the things that we need to do, by on the road to make sure that we don't also intercept on some of the things that will make us end up in the prison. Thank you.
Members of the high table, ladies and gentlemen, good day. I am E.R. Darwin, the officer in charge of training, and with me is protocol officer, A.O. We are from RS 5.15 Road Unit Command. We are here to represent our office. The Federal Road Safety Commission was established in 1988 with a vision to reduce road traffic crash and create a safe motoring environment in Nigeria. Our mission is to regulate, enforce, and coordinate all road traffic management activities in Nigeria. And talking about delivery agents, what are the things you need to do to ensure your safety and the safety of other road users on the road? We have categories of road users. We have the pedestrian, we have the cyclists, we have the motorcyclists. We even have children, animals, they are all road users. But in this regard, talking about delivery agents, mostly we make use of riders from what I have observed. And what are the things they need to do to ensure their safety and safety of other road users? The first thing is driver's license. They must possess a valid driver's license. And as a rider, you are expected to have a category A driver's license. So not just having a license, you should have the category A driver's license. It is the license that is designed for riders. And why do you need this driver's license? Before you can get your driver's license, it is expected that you will go through a driving school. And in that driving school, they will teach you things you need to know about the road, the rules governing the use of the road, the do's and don'ts on the road. After taking you through a test, and they deem it fit that they can issue you a license, then they can now release your driver's license to you. With that, it is assumed that you already know what is expected of you on the road. That is why most time when we stop you on the road, the first thing we ask is your driver's license. Some of you will say, why are we always asking for driver's license? It is believed that you have knowledge of the road. The moment you present your driver's license, we know you have a good knowledge of the use of the road. But if you don't have a license, it is assumed you are just driving or riding your motorcycle without the knowledge of the road. So it is very important for your riders to possess a valid driver's license. That is number one. 2, if you are a rider, we expect you to always make use of your safety helmet. This is very important because when we talk about crash, even if you are careful, what about the other road users? They will not be careful. So we are not talking about your own side now. Some people will say, I'm careful now. I'm not overspeeding, I'm not overloading. They keep giving excuses. What about the other road users? So it is expected the riders make use of their safety helmets. 3, you must be on a smart clothes. You cannot be riding a motorcycle with a flimsy attire, wearing agbada to ride a motorcycle. It is not done, it is not safe. So we expect you to be smart while riding your motorcycle. Then you must have a protective boot. Most times we observe that most of your riders, some of them will even be on slippers. We've stopped many like that. Because for now, we are still trying to educate them. The time will come, we will commence full enforcement. So I believe this is a very good avenue for you to relate this to them. And you as the director or supervisor, you have a role to play. Because you are hearing this today, you need to relate it to them. You must have a protective boot. You don't overload the motorcycle. Like the police rightly said, the representative of the police rightly said. You observe that most times, they will carry the package, they will still carry passenger. It is already overloaded. So you need to tell your riders not to overload the motorcycle. Another area is they should not ride in between vehicles. Because the excuse they give most times is we need to deliver on time. Because I've come across some of them on the road. So I will ask them, why are you riding this way? Don't you know it's dangerous? They say they are walking with time. Tell me a good driver or a good rider. I will tell you is that person that departs from point A to point B safely without any issue. That is a good driver. Forget the issue of time now. Because if something should happen, I don't think a dead man will be telling you about time. Or an injured person will be talking about time. Because what we'll be talking then is, God, please heal me. So please, you need to tell them this. Another area is not observing traffic rules. Majority of them don't observe traffic rules. At our junction here, PZ junction, we find most like that while our men are there controlling traffic, riders don't obey them. They will just maneuver their way, maneuver their way, maneuver their way and go. So please, you need to also relay this to your riders. Then, another area is, if we stop any rider and we request for their license, we are not expecting them to show us just a license. Because one of the riders told me, is it not my license you need? That is all. The tires, we can check your tires. We can check if that your motorcycle is roadworthy. We can check. And there are fines attached to all this if they are not up to standard. So you releasing your bike to them, ensure that the bikes are in good condition, because we can charge them for that. Another area I want to mention is, because it's as if I'm placing emphasis on rider. I know you also deliver with vehicle. If you deliver with vehicle, I still want to stress this. Driver's license is important. 2, your driver must not be drunk. Your driver must not be drunk. It's very important. 3, they must always make use of their seat belts. Let them make use of their safety belts. 4, the vehicle must not be overloaded. Research over the years have shown that road traffic crash or road accident, as we may know it, more than 85% of road traffic crash are caused by women. The remaining 15% will give them to the driver, then 5% to the passengers. And talking about the causes of road traffic crash, we have human factor that I just mentioned, we have the environmental and we have the mechanical factor. It is believed that we humans, if we can walk on our path to ensure safety on the road traffic crash generally will be reduced to the barest minimum in Nigeria. So, I want to encourage us to always ensure our safety on the road. And from time to time, you can engage us. We'll come, we call your riders, we talk to them, we educate them, we enlighten them. I think that will go a long way to bring about this safety consciousness in them. Let them always be safety conscious whenever they make use of the road. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Those are very, very, very important salient issues that we've been battling with in our association. One of us, employee staff, the staff worked on, on Saturday, and by Wednesday, they were going to Benin. Why? Because they can't knock things down. What will happen? Nobody knows, but obviously these safety precautions were not adhered to. I pray that God will help us to adhere to some of these rules and all of them in Jesus' name. Because very, very important. Thank you. I hope you are taking notes and also highlighting your questions. So when that time comes, we will be able to ask questions, and our speakers are here to help us provide answers to them. Perhaps maybe in the area they did not mention why they were addressing us. Thank you for everyone participating and also making today a success. Now we want to make welcome the director of NIPOST to come talk to us this morning. And then the program person be getting ready to also try to help us know how to get money. You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone here present. Good morning, standing on the existing protocol and to recognize the members on the high table. I'm happy to be in your midst this morning, and I want to congratulate you for being able to come together to have this association. As we all know, the process of delivery, when you collect items, it goes through a process. You collect the item, you process the item, then you transport it and you deliver it. And delivery is a major component of the process. Without delivery, the process cannot be complete. And there are a lot of rules and regulations guiding this delivery process. So it's a good thing that you have come together to form this association, because that way, to make it easy for you to be able to identify yourselves, identify those that are legally part of the association, and then you'll be able to block out illegal operators that will come in and do illegal things that will give a bad name to the association or members of the association or people that are into the business. Like we have heard them say that people carrying illegal items and things like that. At least with the association, you'll be able to regulate and prevent such things from happening. That being said, I'm the director of the Nigerian Postal Institute, which is situated at Adegbola in Benin City here, which is the training arm of the Nigerian Postal Service. And one of the perks of being a member of association is to be able to avail your members with training, to update them, to be able to do the right thing at the right time. And we are here as the training institute to provide training for members, for delivery agents, so as to enable them to be able to carry out their duties the way it should be, in the right manner, and then to help them to be able to also update themselves of the best international rules and practices guiding the delivery process. So we are there, the institute is there, so we want to partner with you to avail yourself of that opportunity to acquire training to enable you carry out your duties in which you've done. That being said, I want to congratulate you on this auspicious meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We celebrate you. We appreciate you for coming. But I hope you also mentioned the issue of those areas of money that we've been battling with in our, from on our platform. We keep asking how they be demanding for that, they be demanding for that. Maybe that will be my own question to you. So let's make welcome the first bank person to tell us how we can access funds to move our business to the next level.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, my bosses, and good afternoon, my business people. Okay, I'm from First Bank. My name is Mrs. Alao, and this came as quite a short notice, and notwithstanding, but I need to try to deliver what I'm supposed to. So First Bank, you all know First Bank. First Bank is an institution that has evolved over the years, and it's still evolving. while evolving, we try to make ourselves relevant. So, with how we can partner with logistics, you guys, to make the business forward. We know there are so many challenges. I was just surfing through the internet, and one of the vendors was like, who has 80,000 RMB? I really need it urgently to make to place orders. She's a big time vendor in Lagos. So, you know, financing, you can't do away with financing. It's some people say it's practical, while others will say it's not so difficult. So right now, we know how it is with Naira, we know how it is with dollar, we know how it is with the exchange rate right now. So the pipe we get today for probably 300,000 is not how much we get it tomorrow. So what First Bank has put together for us is that since we already have a body like this that we can partner with, it's just a matter of when you walk to us, the body, you need to be a member first of all to be able to access this facility. So once the body is able to introduce you to us, we can now start talking about how to get this loan. And it's always a soft loan spread over a number of months for it to be comfortable enough for you to pay. And of course, we never give you something that will choke you or hook you or scramble or kill you. We give you something that is friendly, something that you can pay. And of course, we'll give you something based on your turnover with other banks. But if you have First Bank account, all fine and good. So once you have your transactions, you've done your transactions for a year, you can request for that statement and use it to assess how much you can collect from First Bank. And like we say, make sure you are a part of the body before you can be able to access this. And so we have different kind of facility, but for now, this is what we call it the asset loan. This is what we can structure for your members. So I would like us to, okay, like some persons will want to be interested in interest rate. Interest rate usually is like about 2.4% per month, and it's already on a reducing basis. Like I said, based on what is okay and friendly for you to pay is what we are doing. So, thank you. I'll be in the background to take questions. I know there are enough questions for us, so we'll be around to take